Now the paint has dried, so let's paint an outcrop of land, a peninsula here. So get some water, get some pigment, and I want this mix to be stronger than the mountain, so it looks like it's closer. Maybe that will do. And we're using the thin of the brush, the thin side. I'm also using the corner a little. And the tip. So there we go, a little outcrop of land. Now let's do rocks in the foreground. So this needs to be quite a strong mix as well. Here we go. Let's have them here. So you need some space for the reflections. A little rock here, then some more rocks here, and then maybe one just over here. So not evenly spaced. And you can give them a bit more of an irregular shape if you like. So there we go. Now let's do the reflections. So using the tip of the brush and having a fat stroke and a thin stroke and going across. A fat stroke, maybe another fat stroke and some thin ones. Like that. And do one more. So some very fat strokes here, and then become thinner. And you want them to balance. So where you've got a high rock, you've got a very, very low shadow. A shadow that comes down, reflecting it. So it's balanced. Okay, now I need some more pigment. So get my tube. Here we go. Because I'm going to do the shadows now. So I'm doing this here because if I put it here, it's going to mix with the water and become watery. And I don't want that. I want it to be really thick. Let's wait a little. Ah, that's quite nice. Let's do this one. It helps if you know what basic shape the rock is. I didn't really think too much about that, and I should have done. But there you go. That will do. So I might wash my brush completely, get some tissue and dry it, and then do a line across here. Maybe a bit too late now, but just to make this look a little bit more interesting, I press the hairs together to make it thin. So I'm using the thin side of the brush, pressing the hairs together. There we go. And soon I will use my fingernail to add some highlights to the rocks, but it takes a while for it to dry. One more thing you can do while we're waiting, you don't have to do this, but you can do some more texture to the sea. So you can mix up some water and pigment and then go across here. First, let's test on our scrap piece of paper. Yeah, and then here we can do this. Have to be careful not to get too carried away with that, but it can look interesting. And we can also have down here some ripples. So here we go. I'll be using the thin of the brush. Just get my mix, dab on the tissue, and let's just practice. Yeah, not happy with that yet. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's fine. So here we go, just a few marks. Yeah, like that. And now I think we can use our fingernail. Might even be a bit too late. Timing is so important and so difficult. Also, with this technique, it's very easy to do too much. So I hope I'm not doing an example here of too much. We will see. Yeah. So maybe that's enough. Okay,